Hi, my name is Thor A. Rain. I am the lead author of First Aid for Feelings Manual and the founder of The Helpful Clinic.
And I'm Nicki Hayes. I'm Thor's co-author on the First Aid for Feelings Manual. Today, we want to talk to you about self-care. And I'm going to ask you, Thor, what is self-care? How do you do it? And why does it matter?
So if I start with the word self-care, so basically it's kind of what it says on the tin. It's being able to care for yourself. So it's that ability that we often have for other people. So we can care for other people, giving them care, comfort, inspiration, motivation, even just food and water as needed. But it's about being able to do that for ourselves. And I mean that always in the 3 dimensions of being able to care for ourselves physically, mentally, and socially.
Okay, so that's a fantastic explanation. It's thinking about how we care for others and then caring about ourselves in that way. Why is that actually important, though? We'll talk about the why maybe before we talk about the how. Why is it important for us to understand that self-care is important?
I think something we often miss is that when we don't know how to do self-care, gradually over time, we are going to start to kind of break down, just like a plant or a car or a house, something that isn't maintained properly will at some point start to fail or break. So our health, whether that's our physical health in terms of illness, physical illness, mental health, mental illness, or social health, we often don't know what that is. But it's that ability to function in society, being able to seek medical help when we need it, being able to be an advocate for ourselves, and having those kind of social skills where we can negotiate and advocate for ourselves. So that kind of, when we don't know how to do those 3 aspects, at some point we are going to start to suffer. And that's the bit we often miss because, well, I'm fine now, I've been fine up till now, but it's that gradual kind of erosion of health that happens when we're not cared for properly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And often it's too late. We become ill before we realise steps we could have taken to prevent ourselves from becoming ill, self-care steps. So that
Exactly. So that's what I do in the clinic. We do one-to-one consultations for people who are struggling with pain, fatigue, stress, and anxiety. And often it's because they didn't know how to care for it kind of in the early stages. And it becomes sort of snowballs into really severe symptoms or difficult symptoms that it takes then a lot longer to recover from.
absolutely, it's about putting the oxygen mask on yourself first sometimes, isn't it,
Yeah,
Paul?
very much so, very much so.
The techniques that we talk about in the manual, among quite a few others actually. And now maybe let's get practical. Then let's talk about how. How do we do self-care, Paul?
So I think, yeah, you know me, I love the how. I like concepts and like these big ideas, but then I'm like, okay, well, how do I do it? So the manual is very much written in terms of actually those practical applications, knowing what I need when I need it, learning how to read, just like you learn to read and write, text or books, learning how to read your feelings, because the feelings let you know what you need, whether you're hot or cold, pain, happy, whatever it is, it's your feelings that let you know what's going on. And when you know how to read those feelings and understand what they actually mean, because they're all information, you're then able to respond properly. You're able to know, like, for example, that you don't respond to anger and anxiety in the same way, just like you wouldn't put a plaster on a headache. We think we all know that, but the same thing applies to those kind of feeling things. So just a really quick overview that of how we do it. But of course, on our website or in the book, in the First Aid of Feelings manual, we'll go into a lot more detail about techniques and tips, and also how to do that Sherlocking, getting curious about what the feelings mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, we're saying that to do your first aid for feelings, to do self-care, first of all, you need to be aware that you are having feelings and that you need to take some action. And then at its core, really, it's about understanding how to read your feelings and how to respond in a way that is helpful. Is that a good summary, do you think, Phil?
Absolutely. I think it's really quite basic. It's like, when you know how to read and respond to your feelings, you're able to do the self-care. And that then means you're able to respond to what's going on earlier before things get out of control or become really big and difficult to manage. So if you're interested in this or would like to know more, do check out the website firstaidforfeelings.com. You can also see the link associated with this video where it could take you straight to the campaign for the First Aid for Feelings manual if you want to get your hands on a copy. So thank you. Till next time.
Bye.